Hey, I'm gonna make this video for Francesca here. I decided it now spontaneously because I found this metaphor of this lake here quite good. According to Francesca's work. Hope you can see me somehow. Yes, I did a full weekend with Francesca and 6 days, I think it was. So I know how she's working, I know her as a person, as a human being, and I like to share a little bit what I experienced through this time with the group and her exercises. And going back to the metaphor of the lake, I became clearer of myself, of my patterns, of the parts of myself I like to hide sometimes. So there are hikers now passing by. How do I deal with that? Being silent. What's good?
Salve.
Hi, salve.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Okay. Slowenisch, Italienisch, Deutsch, English. And I wanted to say that I already did quite a lot of this kind of personal work on myself. And now Francesca is the teacher or the mentor in my life, where I've got the feeling that she can bring me steps further from the level where I am right now. Because I would say that I was quite stuck and hard, let's say 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and then I started more and more with this body work I did in Germany for 3 years, training exercise program, where we used also theater and dance as methods to recognize where we are playing a role, which we thought is our true self. And through this exercise with Francesca, I just could keep on going to become more transparent to myself, and so also to friends I already have since 20 years, for example. And shortly ago I told a girlfriend of mine, hello, ciao. Ciao. They are just here because I'm here, because the path is not passing by here. So I thought it's silent here. But because they saw me swimming, they wanted to come closer to the lake now as well. I thought it will be silent here, I'm sorry. Yes, 2 of my girlfriends, which know me already since I'm 20, so already 20 years, nearly. Yeah. And I told them, how could you deal with me all the time, because I was so closed, so like also quite arguing and harsh, and that's the fact, and I wanted like that and not that. So I had my Vorstellungen, in German is my imagination how something should be or not be, and if it didn't went in the way that I thought it's right, I had my patterns to deal with it. Like I'm good with aggression, actually. I'm not that good, or wasn't that good with sadness and feeling maybe also the fear behind it, that I'm not belonging or that I don't know how to deal with the situation. So I couldn't feel this side beneath it. It was just like austeilen, we say in German, like confronting others. And people thought I'm quite expressive and extroverted and open and always easygoing contact with others, but until to a point. On the intellectual level, like talking about global issues, politics, it's always easy, and it was always easy for me. But it was just brain. That's what I recognized and I also can feel right now. Before when people told me you're just in your brain, I was like, but that's me, come on. So I didn't have a reference. What else is there in me? What other path should I take if there's no reference, if I don't know? And now, through Francesca and her exercises, I learned that my body has a knowledge, and the core of her work is an exercise I want to describe right now. So we did this at the first day. One person goes out of the room, the others are sitting there. When you're ready, you enter. You stand about 2 meters in distance from the others, and your exercise is to look into the eyes of the others. First to Francesca, until you're quite calm in your body, you breathe, you stable yourself, you feel your feet on the ground, and then she points to a participant of the workshop, and you just do this eye gazing with the other person. And the exercise is trust your body. Through this eye contact, your body can feel something, or it's like a wave that goes into you through this contact. For example, I didn't know the persons before, most of them. I became aggressive, so my foot was like a little bit like that, and Francesca said, yeah, trust it, go for it. So I made it strong as well, and maybe there's also a voice you want to express. So always be really sensitive with this moment right now with your body. What's there in this contact with the other person? And the aggression became stronger, and I was like stomping and started to scream. And the person, I looked in her eyes, she started crying. Afterwards she said, thank you, Catherine, thank you, because I was never allowed to express aggression. So it was a present for her that I did it, and that cleared it. Or with another person, I had this feeling, I need to go to this man and do like, and Francesca saw this impulse and said, yeah, go for it, trust it. The kid was like, where are you? Because I couldn't feel him. It was like white clothes, like in the Vipassana meditation. But there was no contact, and I don't want to joke about that. It's a pattern I see in this esoteric world, that we go out of that what is there and stick to an ideal of peace, love, freedom, happiness, blah, blah, blah. Actually, for me, sometimes it's like bullshit, because you're not manifesting it with yourselves. I can't feel you. And that was the example with this guy who was quite not triggered but challenged by this workshop, but in a good way, because it can be such a pattern which brings us out of our body and our true self if we follow these guidelines of spiritual books and workshops and seminars that cost thousands of euros. I think it's quite dangerous, actually. Yeah. So that's the core of her work, to feel this intuition which is there, this truth, this wisdom of your body. And it's so pure and it's so grounded. Actually, I'm really thankful that Francesca crossed the ways, that our ways of lives crossed 1 year ago, that I can go on with her, getting to know my true self better. And I'm talking about this true self since I think I'm 20, but actually I didn't have any clue what it meant. Now I'm getting, I can feel it. And it changes also my daily behavior in the context with my family, which is the hardest task, I would say, with the family members, to become more transparent, more, in German you say durchlässig, like weak and strong in the same time, because you know what you feel and you can really trust it. So you don't have to go against anybody anymore. It's just like, I feel my truth and I feel that you're not there, and that's why you become aggressive against me. That's why you do this or that. And sometimes I can also feel the pain at the other person, and it's like just touching to see when the masks are falling, or to see the mask which tries to protect itself. So it's all about trauma healing, actually, in a super calm, funny, expressive, direct, grounded way. And thanks, Francesca. Thank you for all you're doing here on this earth to bring people and souls back to this, to become a clear lake again, which is just there, calm, with all its feeling going through it, like a wave. So you can observe yourself with these feelings more and not distract yourself, but be in it, but not being identified that much with it. And that's like magic. That's really magic. Thank you, life, that I can go this way now more and more. That's the place here. Clear water.